Hello, YouTube. As you can see, I am actually back in blue. Just spent the night in here, sleeping here at the Old Galley Library. Yeah. Might be wondering what's going on. Look at the wet spots. Blue appears to be leaking. But actually, if you take a good look, you're going to notice it occurs where the air conditioning condensers are. I guess the condensers. And the reason it's all wet is I actually sat here for a while with the car running to generate electricity, to run the inverter, to run my laptop, so I could log in and log in my work hours for the week. It is the weekend, and I'm back in town, if you want to call it that. I'm back in the Melbourne Palm Bay area to meet up with my wife shortly, and we're going to be spending the day hanging out together. Going to be heading out to the rodeo. Yeah, it's my first rodeo and my wife's first rodeo. She had mentioned that she wanted to do something like this, and since her birthday is coming up, I just thought this would be, actually it's not coming up, it has occurred. Hey, hello little friend. How are you? Hi, what are you eating? Yeah, hi there. How are you? She's coming up to me, but I don't have any food. I don't have anything for you. You just coming up to hang out? Are you just coming up to hang out with me? Or are you hoping I have some food? Yeah, I don't have anything. That's our friend, the friendly squirrel. So, I guess she's got an itch. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to be hanging out with my wife at the rodeo today. Got a really good deal on Groupon. I think it was like $14 or something like that a ticket. $12 or $14 per ticket. I don't know if someone is cast net fishing. Yeah, the cast net fishing. I thought that might have been a dolphin blowing water. But anyhow, I did spend the night in blue. For those of you who are concerned about me, not having blue anymore. Blue is still running fairly well. I think the transmission may be slipping though. I've been hearing go ka-chunk. So I need to double check the fluid. Maybe have Marcelo from Express Tech look at it the next chance I get, when he has some free time or something. But, if it's transmission, that's pretty much a death stroke for the vehicle. But for now, she's actually taking me back and forth to work. I am kind of fully living in the RV, other than, when I have to go out of town, when I'm back in this area, or actually working somewhere far away. With regards to the work situation, I am still currently with Spherian on the temp assignment, and going on week number 4, which is the last scheduled week as a temp. And supposedly, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, if the company likes me, there's an option, I think, for them to hire me full-time. Well, not full-time, but as a regular employee for them, which removes me from Spherian. And I become, one of the staff members at the space agency where I'm working. Yeah. I actually am working as a janitor right now, which may not sound that good, but actually, in all honesty, it's been one of the best jobs I've ever had. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I actually really, really enjoy this job. It's not too hard. It's something that I can easily do, and it's not that stressful, I basically clean the bathrooms, the break rooms, and that's pretty much it, in the offices. So, it's not a full-time position, more like part-time, about 5-6 hours a day, which to me works perfectly because it leaves me time to work on YouTube and some other stuff, because honestly, I think for a career path right now, it's looking like YouTube might be my best shot for getting myself back out of the situation, thanks to viewers like you who have contributed to the cause, those people who have supported me all this time by watching the videos, you know, running the ads, and even contributing to the GoFundMe, PayPal, and everything else, just to keep me going and alive long enough to get to this point. This road here has been a lot harder than I imagined, and I'm sure many of you too. The whole process of being on YouTube to monetize the channel and stuff was brought about by the Living in a Van page. You know, because people kept saying you could make money off YouTube. A lot of those people who said that didn't really know what they were talking about, because it is a very difficult process. Took me 3 years to get to this point, but I actually feel like we're on the edge of turning YouTube into an actual career. It's not paying anywhere near enough to live on fully by itself right now, so it's more like a part-time job. But it is a job, and it has sustained me all this time. Probably because I've been very fortunate in that I had very good viewers, very good subscribers, and you people genuinely care about me, which makes a huge difference. So for that, I'm going to be eternally grateful. But basically wanted to give you guys an update. I am looking forward to my last week as a temp at the space agency. And what they do basically there, you know, without going into too much details, is they handle the cargo and stuff that gets, you know, when you see like spaceship stuff, space cargo, I guess, satellites, spaceships, and things like that get shipped off into space. This is one of the several companies that process those space goods, space cargo. And so I'm working with Lockheed Martin. I forget what the other company is, UTP or UT. I don't know what it is. U.S. United Space Alliance. USA, United Space Alliance? I don't know what it is. I'll have to double check the name of that group. The United States military, NASA. I don't know if we do any stuff with SpaceX, but basically we deal with all the different companies because they use the facility to, you know, the clean rooms and whatnot to prep the goods and monitor everything and coordinate. You don't realize how complicated it gets when you're dealing with space stuff. But basically, you have to have certain components in place at certain times, at certain places, and there's a lot of coordination. Hi, friend. How are you? Come on. It's a new squirrel. Are you going to come over? No? All right. So they have like logistics, you know, people who have to coordinate. This part has to be here at this time, then this other part has to be here. And then they actually have a whole cruise that come from, I guess, across the nation. People ship in here, you know, they fly over and they do their part, then they fly out. And then some people stay here, based here kind of permanently. The agency I'm with is the facility itself. So we take care of the guests. You know, they're considered guests at this place. And what we do is we give them a clean work environment. We get what they need so that they can do their mission. And the missions have been, you know, it's amazing when I work there because I look along the walls and stuff, and there's plaques from all the space shuttle missions. Everything, you know, up there is on there for all the space missions because they were involved in it. And we're involved right now with the Atlas rockets. So even though I didn't get my initial dream when I was a kid of becoming an astronaut, which I don't know if all boys one day want to be an astronaut, but when I was younger, I had thought of becoming an astronaut. And I actually did almost have an opportunity as a teacher to be an astronaut, to be one of the teachers in space, but I kind of turned it down for personal reasons due to basically at that point seeing, what could happen and the dangers of it. And I had a child at that time. So I gave up that opportunity because I didn't want to be put myself in that kind of danger, now that I was married and had a kid. But anyhow, when you're single, I think you can take a little bit more risk. I don't think it makes the risk any less risk. It's just that when you know that something terribly bad can happen, it pretty much just affects you and maybe your mother and father and stuff, but not like a child that you brought into the world. So anyhow, where we're at right now, I'm hoping that this next week the company likes me. I hope they like me all the past 3 weeks that I've been there. But if they like me and the plan is what they say, then maybe they'll approach Spherian or me and say, do you want to stay on? I don't know how it works exactly. I know if they hire me from Spherian, they actually have to pay Spherian a whole bunch of money. It's like a finder's fee, for a worker. This job is actually not very technical. It's like I'm a janitor, okay? I have a college degree and I'm currently working as a janitor, but I love it. It's one of the better jobs. Here's what I love about being a janitor at this place. Okay, one, I'm working with a bunch of space engineers. These are engineers and technicians and logistics people. They are very much educated and very clean people. So working as a janitor to clean up after them is actually pretty easy. They don't make too much of a mess, and they treat you nicely, even though you're the janitor. They don't abuse you, and they come up and they actually thank you for all the hard work you put in for, making the bathrooms nice for them. So they're very, very appreciative of the janitor. And I couldn't believe how many people came up to thank me for, look at the squirrels up there. You guys could watch the squirrels while you're listening to me ramble on and on. But, excuse me, I'm going to cough here. But basically, the workers there, they seem very nice. And my job itself, they leave me alone. I know what I'm supposed to do. I go in, I get the golf cart. I actually get to drive around in a little electric golf cart and get my supplies. And then I start hitting the buildings and start doing my cleanup process. And there's no one that comes in and watches over me or whatever. They can tell if I did my work or not because the bathrooms either are done or they're not. When people go in there, it's either clean or not. Toilet paper's there or not, and if it's not there, I didn't do my job. If it looks dirty, I didn't do my job. If the floors aren't mopped, I didn't do my job. So it's easy to spot whether or not I did my job. So they kind of leave me alone, and I do my work, and I leave. I try to do it as fast as possible, but it takes about 5-6 hours, depending on how much work there is. Honestly, I usually try to leave early, as early as I can, because I don't want to stretch it out. I have things to do with the RV right now, which I got to work on, YouTube, and of course, we are still planning on launching Marcelo's Garage. So I'm going to be dedicating like a whole day or afternoon or whatever to deal with their content and getting their YouTube channel going and promoted. So, those are things that are going on. But the big thing right now for me is trying to get my RV habitable. This one's a little chunky. Hi there. How are you? How are you? So, it's coming up to check me out here, but I don't have any food, so, squirrel's like, you got no food, I got no interest. So, that's what's happening. I am still working hard on the RV. It is starting to feel like home. I have been pretty much living in it. It still needs quite a bit of work. Funding is what's limiting the work. Obviously, I think we've raised about $1,300 total for the project from the GoFundMe, which, by the way, thank those of you who told me to update that. I will try to update it this weekend if I can. to let people know that I did end up buying an RV and I'm in the process of fixing it up. So, a lot of people said that, getting the RV was a bad idea and blah, 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 blah. And I understand that. I appreciate those concerns. So, I know you're trying to look out for my best interests. But then, of course, all the trolls came out in troves. So, I think some of you had encounters with them. I say, don't feed the trolls, because eventually, I'll remove them if they get to be too bad, which some of them were, and I started removing them. I leave those trolls there sometimes on purpose because they're kind of funny to read, and they are just funny, so I leave them. But when they start to get too much, I do remove those trolls, just because they are generally full of negativity, and if you're trying to move forward and put positivity into your life, then you have to make a decision at certain points to cut out negativity. And I don't cut out all of it, because I think some of it challenges you and may help you to think. But there's a difference in, not agreeing with someone or making a suggestion for somebody versus just outright attacking them. And, basically, if you're going to be attacking, who needs that? So I would generally remove those people, and I have and do. And what's interesting is some of those people actually come back, and then they are quiet for a while. They come back with a new account. They make a new account, and they come back and they're quiet for a while. But then when they see some other trolls, start their spiel and they haven't deleted them or removed them, they jump back on it, only to be removed again. Or some of them still letting them stay, because honestly, I feel like, they're interested in the channel and stuff. They just need to learn some manners. But anyhow, I do appreciate all of you for your support. Just wanted to give you an update and let you know that Blue is not done. Blue is still being used and actually helping with rebuilding the RV, restoring the RV, because Blue is providing the power as well as some of the components. And I'm going to be repairing Blue here shortly. Not really repairing, but reclaiming her, cleaning her back up, and getting her systems operational. Because right now, Blue is semi-operational. Parts of her are inside the RV, and things are scattered because the RV is being worked on. And Blue is not totally functioning right now, but still usable. Like, I was able to sleep in her. Her battery systems are still there. So I was able to run the fan all night, which, if you're in Florida, temperatures have been hitting like 100. 100 without the heat index. With the heat and what it feels like inside a vehicle, it can jump up to more than 120 degrees. So at night, I think it was dropping down to the 80s. Which is still hot. But with the fan running on me all night, I'm able to sleep easily. And the RV, when I sleep in the RV, it's actually a lot more pleasant because I can have all windows open. The only issues I'm running into right now with the RV while trying to sleep in it is like no-see-ums attacking me. So currently working on that solution. I know that, we have mosquito netting on the RV, but the no-see-ums are so small they can fly through the mosquito netting. So I'm looking for ways to get rid of the no-see-ums or to secure the RV. But I do need the windows open because it allows the wind to blow through, and it's actually quite cool sleeping in the RV. Well, I'm rambling on and on and on and on, and I just wanted to do a quick update, so I'm going to let you guys go for now. In the meantime, I do have a very important announcement I think I'd make right now, which is you're getting ready to see some exciting content. So stay tuned, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Stay safe now. Bye-bye now.